One, two, three. Welcome to Clock It, where your opinion is what wins you the game. We are back with our lovely contestants. You know him from iHeartRadio. Give it up for Kelly.
We back, baby. What's going on, y'all? It's good to see you.
Always great to see you, Kelly. How you feeling?
I'm feeling exuberant, ready for a win.
Oh.
For a dub.
Yet another win you are ready for. All right. Well, she's our favorite fashionista. You know her from Instagram. Give it up for Devyni.
Hey, what's up,
girl?
y'all? How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
Good. Happy to be back.
Yes,
Excited.
it is always a pleasure to have you. And as you guys know, this game is just not about getting the answers correct. You got to know what you're talking about. And more importantly, you got to clock it. So give that big buzzer a hit. That's exactly what you'll be doing anytime you want to clock in to give your answers. Let's go ahead and get this game started. What artists have announced a concert for Hurricane Melissa release? Kelly.
Sean Paul and Shaggy.
Sean Paul and Shaggy. Where's this going down and when?
It's going down in New York. Elmont is going down next week, as a matter of fact, and absolutely needed for hurricane relief over there in Jamaica because, of course, everything going on with Hurricane Melissa, I should say, and they're trying to bring up $1 million to help the towns because they definitely need it. Jamaica, our love is with you.
Yes, and Devyni, give us an update on the island right now.
So the island's still doing pretty bad. 60 to 70% of residents still don't have electricity or water, and then a lot of them don't have insurance to rebuild their homes, which is pretty sad. So they definitely need the money, the relief, the help. So this concert is very necessary.
Mm-hmm. Who are some of the people that are going to be performing at this concert,
Man,
Kelly?
you have one of the Marley's, Bob Marley's sons is going to be there. You're going to have T.O.K. in the building. Casa's going to be in the building. So it's going to be reggae, soca, all that sort of vibe. And once again, just a great relief going on for Jamaica over there. So it's going to be a great show.
I love this. I love seeing things like this, and I think this is the perfect concert to help celebrate Jamaica, but also help them out, the relief efforts that they're going to need for Hurricane Melissa. All right, well, Kelly, 100 points you have on the board. Devyni, you are at 0. All good. We have more questions. Let's keep this game rolling. Who suspects AI could return as Jesus?
That's
Devyni.
crazy.
Joe Rogan?
Who believes this?
Joe Rogan is the one who believes this. Check it out.
Jesus was born out of a virgin mother. What's more virgin than a computer? If Jesus does return, even if Jesus was a physical person in the past, you don't think that he could return as artificial intelligence?
Oh my God.
Artificial intelligence could absolutely return as Jesus. Not just return as Jesus, but return as Jesus with all the powers of Jesus.
You could combine
Right.
Tesla's Optimus robot and the best foundational artificial intelligence model or whatever.
It reads your mind and it loves you and it wants you, and it doesn't care if you kill it because it's going to just go be with God again.
Kelly, my thoughts exactly. I am flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Devyni, talk to me because I don't have the words.
It's getting too out of hand, okay? The AI talk is getting way too out of hand. Jesus?
Yeah.
Is that where we Jesus? That's where we've made it to. But yeah, no. So this was part of the, I think, American Alchemy. Is that what his podcast?
American Alchemist did.
American Alchemist podcast with Jesse Michaels, and so that clip was just a little bit of their conversation. And baby, it's getting wild out here in these streets.
It is getting very wild. When I first saw this clip, I'm thinking he's saying that, oh, AI is going to trick us into believing that Jesus has returned. But when I realized that he was talking about God, Yahweh in the form of Jesus coming through AI, I was like, what is going on here? Kelly, how did the internet respond?
The internet said exactly what we're saying. And you could tell Joe, number one, that podcast, they talk about UFOs and all this crazy stuff. So very on brand for Joe to be on a show like that. But the internet responded the same way that we are. Like, what exactly are we talking about? We're talking about Jesus himself, as you mentioned.
Jesus.
We're made in the image of God. And if I read correctly through scripture, he was not a computer nor AI, Joe Rogan. So you could tell, by the way, he definitely is heavily invested in AI if he's going to say something like that.
Absolutely.
Yes, and that's the thing. I think that's a great point to make. We aren't talking about somebody who's well-versed in the Bible, obviously, because nowhere in the Bible does it mention Jesus' return through the form of AI.
He said the AI going to perform the miracles.
No, it's too much. It's too
I just don't know what to say about our people anymore. But hey, Joe, I don't agree with him. I'm pretty sure none of you agree with him either. But we live in America where freedom of speech is a thing. Think what you want, Joe. Kelly, you're at 100 points. Devyni, you have 100 points on the board as well. Let's keep it moving. Next question. Who is set to announce the nominees for the 83rd Annual Golden Globes? Devyni.
Marlon Wayans and she was
Sky?
on Black Lightning and she's on Matlock. What's her name?
Sky P. Marshall?
You got it. Sky P. Marshall. Sky.
That is a
You
very
are,
great
girl.
contestant. He helped you out with
He
that.
did,
I just want to
okay.
point that
I'm
out.
not
He's
giving
very
him none of my
competitive.
points.
In my opinion, if you
But-
buzzing first, you got it. You got it.
Okay, all right. That was very,
I
very
got- I
nice
got
of
it.
him.
I
To
got
your
it.
point,
That's
where
what
do
I
we know Sky from?
She is on Matlock and she was also on Black Lightning on CW. So, well, no, I feel like that's a good pick.
Yeah, no, you're right. How many categories are we talking? And then also, when will they be released?
So
Kelly?
28 categories are coming out on Monday, December 8th. So good to see Marlon. You know, he's been having a resurgence with his comedy as well as him being a part of the movie produced by Jordan Peele. And then you have not really an up-and-comer, but someone who's out here in Sky making a name for herself as well. So a good balance there.
I agree. Devyni, where can people check this out?
CBS and I believe Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus, and it should be coming on CBS Mornings where they can see all of the nominees and the information that they're rolling out. So,
Is Golden Globes going to switch up who they have hosting at all, Kelly? Who can we expect to host this year?
If you've seen it before, you're going to see it again. Nikki Glaser is going to be there January 11th. So whether you like it or not, that's who we got.
Listen, that's who they want. That's who the people want, clearly, because she is yet to return again. But happy to see that Marlon and Sky at least are going to be the ones that are making the announcement of the 28 categories.
Putting a little flavor on it, a little bit of
a
flavor.
little bit.
Whole lot of seasoning going on there.
There we go.
For sure. Kelly, you are at 100 points. Devyni, you are at 200. Let's keep this game rolling. Make those points go up. Next question. Which two R&B groups just inked a new record deal? Kelly.
Blackstreet and B2K.
R&B legends right there, some would say. Who did Blackstreet sign to, by the way?
Blackstreet signing with a label called XOXO Entertainment.
Okay.
And B2K themselves are with a conglomerate called BPC Entertainment as well. So we all know what both of these, groups give us. Have had classics in the past, especially with Blackstreet in the 90s. Everything that we know from No Diggity, and then B2K brought it through in the 2000s. Bump, 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 all that. They're about to do their own thing in 2026. So it's good to see a resurgence of past groups getting love in 2025 going into 2026.
Devyni, were you a B2K fan back in the day?
Absolutely. I was a B2K fan. J Boog was my boo. Shout out to J Boog. But yeah, no, I was definitely a B2K fan. I love this for them. Will I be on the tour? I'm not sure, but I love this for them.
Speaking of, in 2026, they do have some plans like the tour, but what else is happening as well?
A new album is coming out February, just in time for Valentine's Day, February 13th. You can check out that album. So I'm actually anxious to hear it. I do want to see what they got in store for the album.
Kelly, we know you are on the radio. Do you think this is something that the people are looking forward to, a B2K album and tour?
I think at this point, nostalgia is definitely selling. We're seeing a lot of these legacy acts going on tour, selling out different arenas. We're not at stadiums yet, but there's still people out here looking for this music that are from like our age group that grew up with them, but also it's reintroducing or introducing themselves to a new demo with our kids and even some other individuals who may not have heard them. So I think it's the perfect time for them to get a new deal, go out there, tour, get the new album and all that. I think it's a really good move.
Blackstreet clearly just signed a new deal, so I'm assuming we can expect new music from them. Is that something you are anticipating? Devyni?
I'm gonna have to say yes as well. I want to give everybody another chance. I feel like Blackstreet, they've always produced the hit, so why not do that now in 2026? Let's see. I hope it's coming soon.
I just need to know, Blackstreet has had like 15,000 members throughout its
All
like
right.
years together.
Ooh.
So which ones are we expecting? What sort of music are we want to hear? That's all I want to know.
What if they brought all of them back?
Hey, a whole Blackstreet choir, let's do it, man. Have 20 people on stage, I'm with it.
So you're clearly alluding to that it's a lot of people because you said a whole choir.
Choir.
Not a group. It's not a group anymore, it's a choir.
Bring everybody
this
through.
point.
Bring Teddy Riley through. Bring everybody.
We
please.
want to see them all. Okay, listen, I'm here for it. Blackstreet, B2K, to your point, I think nostalgia is something that all of us are, you know, missing and looking forward to, especially in the world of like TikTok. A lot of kids don't even know, like a lot of the songs that they hear are sampled by some of these people, or even the songs that are trending, they have no idea who sings them. And a lot of them end up being like the Blackstreets and the B2Ks. So this gives them the opportunity to really see what their catalog is and then hopefully experience the new versions of what they are. I am here for it. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of round one of Clock It. What do you know? Both contestants are tied, 200 points on the board. Okay, they really been clocking it, huh? When we return, these two will continue to battle it out for round two of Clock It. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Clock It, where Devyni and Kelly are still battling it out, both tied with 200 points on the board. But I think it's time to break this tie by advancing on to our first question in round two. Whose manager believes a Super Bowl performance will happen one day? Devyni.
Chris Brown.
Now, Devyni, I know you are a big Chris Brown fan. Now, why is this so shocking to the public?
So, first of all, the Rihanna controversy from back in the day, we all know that, but also because Jay-Z is over the halftime performances at the Super Bowl, and because of that Rihanna tussle, he wasn't feeling Chris Brown, and it's rumored to believe that they're still not on the same page, so that's why it's kind of like, maybe it's a stretch, but I hope not.
He seems to be very confident in sprinkling that "we'll see" out there. And normally when it's the "we'll see," clearly something is in the works or in talks of something. What milestone did Chris just celebrate?
So we just celebrated 20 years of Breezy, Chris Brown, the first album, Run It and all that. It's been 20 years. Did the whole Breezy Bowl, which is perfect connection with the Super Bowl because of what you're talking about. Breezy's like, I'm going to do my own stadium series and go out there. And even his merch was football inspired. He had football jerseys and everything. So what I think, to your point, Koiya, is that he proved how successful the tour was. And this is Chris Brown's way of telling people like, hey, and his manager, by the way, and you're talking to these people, all right, let them know that you're interested, that this could happen. Because they're going to be doubling back for Chris Brown because it's all about the money, and Chris is going to bring the money.
That tour did very, very well. On top of that, we know he won a Grammy this year. What category and how long had it been since he had won a Grammy, Devyni?
So he won Best R&B Album. It's been over a decade since he won a Grammy for the 11:11 album. So very well deserved. And to be honest, do we have another artist like Chris Brown right now? They only come around every so often. A Michael Jackson, a Chris Brown, a James Brown. Like, let's give the man his flowers. Let's leave his personal life out of it. He is a performer. He was born for this.
I am with you on that. Can we expect Chris Brown to be doing some crossover to film, Kelly?
Yeah, man. So 50 Cent is starting his own sort of like situation, and he's working on all his projects, and apparently Chris Brown is going to be a part of that. He's also been taking acting lessons on his own time as well, so that once this light turns on, he's ready to go. So we've seen him, get his feet wet already for obvious reasons, right? But it seems like he's going to have some expanded roles coming down soon.
I loved Chris Brown in This Christmas.
Okay, it's a classic.
It is.
It really is.
Now
So-
I want to watch that, by the way. I may watch that tonight.
It's time.
It
It's
is.
time to bring
it's
it
that
back
time
out.
of year. I
Yeah.
agree. All right, Devyni, you're at 300 points. Kelly, you are at 200. But as you know, we have many more questions. Let's keep it rolling. Next one. Which athlete was released from his team while they were on the road? Kelly.
Chris Paul.
This is foul right here.
Man.
Like foul play all the way.
It goes to show you that no matter what you do, it's all about business, right? So
Yeah.
Chris Paul, a member of the LA Clippers, and has been, or previously was, years in the past, in 2012, one of the best players for the Clippers, rejoins them this past summer, and out of nowhere, they tell him at 3 a.m., hey, man, you're not invited back to the team. It's over. Your tenure with us is over. And he goes on social media, as we see right there on Instagram, letting people know, listen, I just found out I'm being sent home, chucked up the deuces, and from there, all the drama unfolded.
Now, we know the Clippers did respond. And how did they respond, Devyni?
They responded and tried to make it seem as if, it has nothing to do with his performance or his professionalism and things like that. But, there's rumors that him and the coach were not on good terms, and they hadn't been speaking. He hasn't really been in the game lately, averaging, 2 points?
Yeah, 2.6 points per game.
Yeah, which is crazy. So, that's what they said, but, the internet is going to make their own assumptions.
So it seems like his role this season was pretty limited, but is something like this, Kelly, protocol? Like, don't they normally have a conversation with you? Does it happen in the middle of the night like this?
Yeah, well, no, to answer that question. And to your point, it's going to be his final season. You would think that, with a squad that they're going to retire his jersey most likely in the future. You're going to treat him like this? You're going to tell him at 3 a.m. on his last season when he's supposed to be making his rounds at all these different arenas for the last time? You're going to oust him at 3 a.m.? Definitely not protocol. So as Devyni said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that's been rumored that I believe is true, because you don't do that to your people, man.
Yeah, that was just crazy. Well, Chris Paul definitely let social media know, and he seems to be just as shocked as we are. Wishing him the best, but I'm sure whatever he does next, he will be absolutely fine. 300 points, both tied right now. I think we got to break this tie. Let's do so. Next question. Get it rolling. Which airline drops their inclusive policy, leaving plus-size passengers to pay double? Kelly.
Southwest.
Southwest said, What was the original policy, by the way?
The original policy was that all our plus-size passengers, if you are going above a little bit on these seat rests, you would either ask for a free seat beforehand, or you can pay for one and you will be refunded after the fact. Now they're saying, bump all that. You have to buy that extra seat before you get to the airline. You're not promised a refund. And then on top of that, if you do require a second seat, they're liable to be like, hey, man, this whole flight is booked up, so we're actually going to move your flight. It's insane.
That is wild. When will this go into effect, Devyni?
Starting in January of 2026, this is coming along with a lot of their other policies that just rolled out. The bags, we can't get our bags from Southwest like we used to anymore. Now we have assigned seats. Things are just changing all around. So Southwest, I hope this works out for you, because that's why you were one of my favorites.
It was the preferred airline for a lot of people for reasons that all of you just mentioned. The plus-size people being able to get a free seat. You got 2 free checked bags. It was open seating, not assigned seating. So Southwest is rapidly becoming not our favorite anymore, because they are switching up the most on us.
You know what it is, man. Inflation is hitting all of us.
I get
They
it,
need their money, and they're going to get it any type of way. So those bags, pay us. Extra seat, pay us.
You are absolutely right. All right, guys, let's keep it rolling on to our next question. Who quit OnlyFans after internet trolls sent her content to her family? Devyni.
India Love.
India Love. I don't know why she was doing it in the first place, but hear it from her words out of her mouth.
It was
Did you
the
make a
phase.
lot?
Yeah, hell yeah.
For real?
I made
How
hella
much?
lot, like over $1 million, probably like 2.
From
But I was on there for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know if I was on there for a long time.
Dang.
But when they started like getting leaked and like my nephews, they would DM my nephews pictures and shit. I had to
That
make
ain't
that
cool. Why would
change.
they do that?
Yeah, you know, people are weird.
People are big
people
weird.
just, but it be the people that's like living a terrible life that do weird shit like that. It's
real.
like your life speaks for itself.
Yeah, India, I don't even know why you had to even do that, in my opinion. You've been an it girl. Speaking of, what is she most famously known for, Devyni?
She's famous for being one of the original IG it girls, influencer before the influencers, if that's what you want to call it. Like, she started off this whole Instagram influencer game. So, I mean, leaning on OnlyFans, it was a choice, but I feel like you probably could expect some stuff to get leaked. I don't know.
That's a great point, Kelly. Isn't there an expectation that your content will get leaked to other places and it won't just stay on OnlyFans, especially if people are paying for it?
Well, that's exactly my point that I'm thinking as well. Is it technically leaked if someone paid for this and it's out there now? But it's a perfect case where whatever actions that you make, there are reactions, and there are other people who are affected by whatever you do. So she didn't think about, she only thought about the money. She didn't think about how this can affect the family. You have your brother being bullied. You have other family members. Your grandmother seeing you in predicaments you don't want her to see yet.
Yeah.
You got to think before you make some decisions, I should say.
And in my opinion, India is one of those girls who didn't even have to do OnlyFans. It probably was just something that was trendy at the time, and she was like, let me hop on it. But she's been an it girl for so long, and I'm sure she was making great money from all of these different platforms, and now she's doing streaming, as you can see, and it seems to be doing really well for her. All right, guys, well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Not quite yet. We have one more question. You both are tied with 400 points.
Oh, yeah.
Not to say that there's any pressure, but just a little bit. Here we go. Last question in round 2. Who announced their departure from BET after 23 years? Devyni.
Scott Mills.
Scott Mills is stepping down. What was his position there?
CEO. President, right?
Yeah, he was the president over,
Sure.
and now he is stepping down. Who will take over his position, though, Kelly?
Louis Carr, so he's another individual who has been with BET for quite some time in the media side, media sales, so he's going to be inserting himself into that position, and very interesting decision with a lot of changes going on behind the scenes in BET.
Yeah, because Paramount has now acquired them, so do we think that a lot of this decision-making of him stepping down possibly has something to do with that?
I believe so, because it's one thing to have what you have in place for the past 20 plus years, but then as you get acquired and some other cultures are clashing with your own, there may be some new things happening behind the scenes, and he's just like, you know what, I'm not really interested in this. It was a great time with y'all. And he bowed out very amicably, very nice, sent out a nice little email. I regret to inform you, but I made the decision. So it seems to be one of those cases in my opinion.
Yeah, and anytime someone is like, I stepped down from this position without any explanation, it's like, what's going on there, But like we do all the time, we'll see it come out in later days as we continue to follow this story. All right, guys, that brings us to the end, the finale of today's episode. And what do you know? Devyni is today's winner of Clock It. Yay. She is the one that is going to get clocked with our Clock It chain. It looks good with your outfit, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love to see it. I know that's right. All right, Devyni is today's winner. As always, Kelly, thank you for being here. Devyni, thank you for being here. And to our viewers at home, you already know another episode of Clock It. You want to see it? Well, tomorrow, same time, same place. We are right back here for another episode. And we'll see you then.